What's up? I'm Stunning,
And I'm Brave.
and we're crossing
Crossing
streams.
streams.
Oh my god! Yay!
Super.
Super. What
And
is going on, everybody? Pete, how are you doing, my man?
I'm good, brother. How about yourself, man? Thanks for having me on.
Tired as hell, but let's do this. While my dog is ruining my room right now.
Mine's sleeping out. Mine's not even in the office. She's sleeping out in the couch in the living room like a spoiled little princess. So,
Yeah, I just got home and he's just like, Dad!
yep.
Like, I love you, Andy.
Goes nuts.
Well, guys, we're here and we're talking about, if you saw the thumbnail, Rian Johnson. So, Pete, right from the get-go, how do you feel about Rian Johnson?
I would rather punch myself in the junk repeatedly than ever have to sit through another Star Wars movie directed by him. I won't. The Last Jedi was an insult to everything that is Star Wars and canonical and makes sense. And he's just so arrogant and art house. He doesn't fit into that Star Wars framework because he wants to be subversive and divisive with this filmmaking, and that's not something that we really want in our escapist entertainment.
Yeah, well, you might not need to, because Rian Johnson doesn't seem sure about his new Star Wars trilogy. You see this picture right here? He's like, this is as much chance as I have to direct another movie.
And the two characters that he completely ruined that weren't great to begin with, but he just ruined them even further.
Oh, he ruined not even the characters, but he ruined like rules within the universe of Star Wars. So
Everything.
Yeah. So this comes from Screen Rant. Rian Johnson doesn't seem so sure about his new Star Wars trilogy right now. In November 2017, 1 month before Johnson's Last Jedi hit theaters, Lucasfilm officially announced the director would oversee an all-new film trilogy entirely separate from the Skywalker saga. Since the news broke, a lot has happened in the Star Wars universe, including The Last Jedi becoming one of the most divisive films of the decade, despite earning positive reviews and earning $1.3 billion at the box office. Multiple other Star Wars movie projects and art in various stages of development, such as another trilogy from David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and more recently, a Star Wars film from Kevin Feige. So, a couple things just from that. First of all, The Last Jedi might have made money, but it sucked ass. So, these are a lot of people that a lot of this money, I'm sure, is from people that are just like, oh, let's watch a new Star Wars movie. Hey.
Normies.
Yeah. And then also, of course, it was divisive because everybody that was, giving positive reviews wasn't credible. So there you go. And they were just trying to get money from Disney, trying to get access to special screenings and other bullshit from Disney, certain little perks, like how they similar to how they lied about their, revenue they've gained over the past 10 years or some shit. So people can get gift cards and stuff. Sound familiar?
Yeah, that SEC investigation into their books, I'm sure will unearth some really fun facts about where the money went. And I wouldn't be shocked if the Captain Marvel box office was inflated slightly to get it over that $1 billion mark.
I guarantee you that they bought a lot of tickets from Captain Marvel. Disney did.
They did.
Like so fucking many. I know a lot of people saw Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people that have gone to see it and were actually excited for it. I went on opening night, not really wanting to see it, but I did because my buddies were going. We see all the Marvel movies together. It's before Endgame. Might as well. Let's see what they got.
And what you just said right there, it was before Endgame.
Yeah.
That is why, because it was between the two biggest movies, gross wise, and in the last decade, that there have been Infinity War and Endgame. And Infinity War, vastly, vastly superior film to Endgame. But yeah, Cat Pan mediocre was just shoved in there. And everybody thought because of the post-credit scenes and what Marvel does, you thought you had to see that movie to keep up with the continuity. Little did you know, you got honey-dicked into seeing a movie that retconned things that didn't need to be retconned, was just poorly designed. It wasn't good. Anna Fleck and Ryan Bowden that directed this, and I believe they wrote it too. You could tell that they had no idea what they were doing. The coolest thing was some of the Kree technology. That was cool. All right. I can't say that there wasn't anything that was cool in the movie, but that was it. Brie Larson was forgettable in her own movie. She
Oh
wasn't
yeah.
she wasn't good.
Oh yeah. Nobody really wants to see this movie again.
Mm-mm.
Like you can even look at the action figure sales. You
Oh,
think they say that these movies are directed towards kids. Same with Star Wars, which is fucking bullshit, mind you. But also, you see all the toy sales for Captain Marvel. You can look at Jeff Hicks from World Class Bullshitters. You can look at other people talking about the toys for this fucking movie. The shit is clogging the shelves, and it's only Captain Marvel for the most part. Maybe a couple hit or miss characters from Marvel, like action figures, but overall, you see Captain Marvel stuff clogging shelves and on clearance and stuff, and no one cares. And it's primarily the reason why it was so successful. Same with The Last Jedi, is the time that it came out. Captain Marvel came out right before Endgame and between Infinity War and Endgame, and then The Last Jedi came out after how Rogue One did.
mm-hmm.
Came up after The Force Awakens, how they tried setting shit up, blah blah blah. We've heard it all before. And then Rogue One was cool with the Darth Vader thing, so they're coming off a high from that.
Yeah, it was all right. I liked Rogue One, man. That was a good movie.
Rogue One's not bad.
They did a lot of things right in that, because it was a setup and everything. And even though the Darth Vader thing was done in reshoots and all that, it was still a cool addition, because even if we just would have got the scene with him in his castle on Mustafar, we never got to see that before on the big screen.
Mm-mm.
And that, if you read any of the Vader comics, they go into detail about that, that's really cool. It's neat. You got to see his I can't remember the old guy, his caretaker, whatever, that kind of watches over him. But yeah, back in like the comics, Vader had Palpatine put royal guards in his castle to kind of keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm.
And Vader knew it, and it pissed him off, but what was he going to do? So no, that was cool. And really the scene with him and Ben Mendelsohn?
Yeah.
That played Krennic. He's a scene stealer, man. Like anything that Ben Mendelsohn does. That was another good spot about Captain Marvel was Talos. But they underutilized him. I really wish that they wouldn't have turned the what the hell are they called, the shapeshifters that they were into baby faces, and the scrolls. That's it. Yeah. They turn, they've been heels in the comics since 1962, since like issue 4 of the Fantastic Four comic. They've always been the baddies, and they just turn them good. But yeah, to bring this back to Star Wars, man. No, this Rogue One was good. Solo, I mean, that just spoke for itself. That movie lost money. But like I said, when you have to fire, they fired Lord and Miller, 80% of the way through the production, and brought in Ron Howard to do the reshoots. There's, all that money in reshoots. So yeah, you were doomed. Force Awakens was a ripoff of A New Hope, and Last Jedi was just, it was like a parody of Star Wars, but a badly done parody.
Oh yeah, it was. Dude, the Captain Marvel porn parody is going to be better than Captain Marvel. So
yeah,
honestly, The Last Jedi is a parody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just the fact that it's its own story and it feels like a fucking parody of Star Wars. Just really, it's like it's a poorly made fan film.
Yep.
Of somebody that's only seen Star Wars maybe once.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And if anybody actually thinks that The Last Jedi is legit Star Wars, bro.
Really, I know, man, because I know people that do. Like my sister is one of those people, but she's kind of an SJW, which is weird coming from my family. But it is, man. Like one of them, they're both they both lean way left, but like one of them is like an SJW.
She's stunning and brave.
Yep. But I mean, it's just, it's like those are the kind of people that like champion this film. And if any criticism of it is met with, the isms and ists. And I'm actually going through this right now over on the Mary Sue, because I commented on the Batwoman article and I articulated exactly the points I made in my review, why it's a bad show. And all these like a couple, I got a couple responses in my comment. I was just checking as we went on the air. And one woman, you can tell this lady is a crazy feminist, actually agreed on every point. But because I said, and they just used it as a vehicle to showcase my representation. And she's like, you just invalidated your entire argument because you're making fun of representation. And I haven't responded yet, but I'm going to say, well, I'm not making fun of representation. I'm making fun of this forced garbage, because you can have organic representation, and it's, it works if it makes sense with the story. But I said this in a video the other day. I'm like, you can't take like a character that is like completely out of place and just shove them into a story because you have to check a box. That's what they did in Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
With this movie, Star Wars is already diverse as hell. I mean, you have every
You don't
shape,
say.
shape and color of alien since the beginning of this. I mean, you've got green women, you've got blue women. I mean, what? So it just, for them to, oh, well, you just don't want women in Star Wars. What the fuck are you even talking about? Like, what? Yeah, we really, everybody that was original trilogy fans really hated Princess Leia.
Padme's been my crush since frickin' 99.
You can't help it, man. She was, she was hot. It's the same thing with Leia back in the, it was like she was hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, as a guy, you're gonna be like, damn, I mean, it's like I didn't want to see less of Princess Leia or less of Padme. I mean, shit, I was mad they didn't have Aya Secura in it more. The blue Twi'lek Jedi. But that's just the thing. It's like, but I'm a misogynist because I didn't like Rey because she's just a bad character. I never said I didn't like Daisy Ridley. I said I didn't like Rey because the character's stupid. And they tried to make a Luke Skywalker, but they owe Peter so much that she's a Mary Sue. And Rian Johnson that was played right into his hand, because all he is an SJW that wants to piss people off. So he just took that point and drove it home with a sledgehammer.
No, it's just diversifying everything. There's just a line that should be drawn as far as like how much you really pander to people and how much you're actually trying to force it. You go out in public, you shake somebody's hand that's a different race than you. That's great. Like,
Yeah.
especially like at work, if I like sell something and then the person's happy with it and then I shake their hand and I'm like, it was nice doing work with you. And they said likewise. That's great. That's like natural. That should be happening. But if I went up and just took a picture, I'd be like, hey, this is for the record books. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what do you need a selfie for? You don't need to prove anything.
Those people that are like, well, I have a black friend, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
Congratulations.
So you classify your friends by what ethnicity they are first.
Did you hug them too?
Yeah.
Is that your next achievement? Like,
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just like people like that. They're the ones that have the biases, because they have to preface that by saying, well, my black friend, what? No, it doesn't matter. It's just like you have friends, they're just people. Of course that, everybody's different, but at the same time, it's like, I don't see that. Well, I don't see race. Well, the people that say that, yeah, of course you see race, but you don't have to put people in a box just based solely on that. And I don't dislike any of these actors in these movies, like Rose Tico. We're talking about that. She's disappeared from all the marketing. Now it's this big racist thing about, oh, you're getting rid of. Well, who are they mad at? Can they be mad at us for getting rid of Rose Tico because we quote unquote bullied Kelly Marie Tran on social media? Kelly Marie Tran is a sweet human being.
Yeah, I wonder like who actually went out of their way to be like, Kelly Marie Tran sucks instead of Rose Tico sucks.
I know.
Like, I wonder who actually went out of their way to say that. I'm sure people did, because there's some fucking terrible people on the internet.
There is.
But the majority of Star Wars fans, they don't have a problem with really her as a real person in real life. Same with the Jar Jar actor. Nobody had a problem with him.
With all the Ahmed Best or something like that?
Yeah. I always forget his name. But nobody has a problem with him himself. It's just he went through a lot of struggles because of the character was ridiculed.
Jake Lloyd.
Jake. Same thing with Jake Lloyd. Well, actually, that was kind of aimed towards him too. Like, a lot of people were like, that kid can't fucking act. It's like he's a kid.
Yeah, he's a little kid. Yeah, that was the thing, man. It's like you're really gonna go out of your way to insult a child. I mean, you can say, yeah, he wasn't good in the role, but I mean, like, the amount of hate, because like I said, I was 19 when the Phantom Menace came out.
Hmm.
So, I got to, I was a little more aware of like everything like that stuff that was going on at the time, that some people might not have been, because like I said, you were really young then. And when you're young,
Yeah.
you really don't pay attention to that side of the fandom. It's more or less you're just excited about the spectacle of it all, and the movie and the toys, obviously.
Oh
But
yeah.
you're not really like 8 7 8 years old looking into, well, I wonder what the reaction to this character was in the media. It just, I mean, unless you're really self-aware as that young, which I mean, a lot of us aren't. Some of us are. Hey, that's, if you are, that's fucking awesome, because those are the kind of people that have minds that can like critically think about things. But
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
no, I don't know. I never understood that. Like, you can rip on the character, man, rip on the writing, not the person. It's not their fault. They're working with the material that they're given. They have so much flexibility to kind of move around inside the role, and push the boundaries a little bit and put their own stamp on the character.
Oh
But
yeah.
they can only do it within the constraints of the writing. So
Yeah. And like I said in my video I came out with on Tuesday about the whole Rostico thing, like that's great that they get these jobs. Like Daisy Ridley and
Mhm.
Oscar Isaac and John Boyega and all these people that are in these new Star Wars movies, Kelly Marie Tran. Congratulations, you got a job. That's awesome that you got the job and you're getting work, you're getting paid, and you're doing what you like. That's great. I'm very happy for you. But there's a line again that's going to be drawn for Star Wars fans separating the actor and the character. And quite frankly, all the characters fucking suck. Now, I could care less about you as a person, not to sound mean in any way, but I'm not going to like throw my hatred towards you as a person. I'm going to be pissed off at the characters that was made and the fact that they made you, which are you're pretty good actors, they made you play shitty characters, which is
Mhm.
bullshit. So again, Star Wars fans, we don't like our we don't like our universe and galaxy far, far away messed with. So
Yeah.
unless you're George, or unless you get George's approval and you work with them, I don't want to see any more Star Wars. So boom. And Ryan Johnson, you ain't getting a trilogy.
I don't think he is. I really don't.
So this article goes off to say basically that Ryan Johnson doesn't even really know. It says all of these moving pieces cast some sort of doubt over Johnson's trilogy, though the filmmaker has always maintained he's still working on the project, trying to figure out what the story will be. That's more or less been his standard line for the last several months, which is true. He has no fucking clue. Though now the tune has changed somewhat based on his latest comments. Johnson's trilogy isn't set in stone yet. Speaking with Bang Showbiz, Johnson was asked about his future in the Star Wars franchise. He remarked that Lucasfilm is in the process of figuring out what they're doing, and he'd be thrilled if it happens. If it happens. The operative word there is if, which makes it sound like the trilogy isn't actually a go at this point in time. Watch the video down in space below. I'm not going to watch this video because it's basically just going to show him saying what we just read. And I frankly can't stand his voice.
Yeah.
And you can't hear sound on StreamYard. That's one gripe I have about this. But anyways,
Yeah, same here. I that ticks me off because we watched a trailer, and of course I got a copyright claim like email right afterwards.
oh, shocker,
That's like
shocker.
the sixth one I've got.
Spare me. Well, I haven't monetized any of my videos yet, so that might be why, but I don't know.
I
Anyway,
haven't either.
oh, really? Damn. Well, anyways, no, Ryan Johnson, I doubt you're going to get a trilogy. And I have a hard time believing that you get any more work for Lucasfilm. Keep on making your shit movies. I mean, good luck with Knives Out because that movie looks awful too. I'm sure it's going to draw in a lot of people just because of the cast, and a lot of people are gullible. But I guarantee you, a lot of Star Wars fans aren't going to see that movie.
No, no,
Mm.
I don't see anybody from, even like I said, even the people that like The Last Jedi. I mean, they'll probably get a couple, but I don't really see that being a huge, boom in the box office for Knives Out. I mean, it's almost like, it sounds like it's as politically motivated and driven as that movie Cuck, but just not as in your face about it, like with the marketing. I mean, that other movie, that Cuck movie, is so bad that they don't even list anything on like Box Office Mojo or Rotten Tomatoes as far as like reviews or scores or anything for it.
Really?
Yeah, that's how
It's
low
that
the
bad?
turnout was for that movie. Yeah.
Ooh, God. Surprised it's not that low for The Last Jedi. But hey,
I know.
again, you got people shilling out there for this terrible movie.
What's Last Jedi's like a 44% audience on Rotten Tomatoes, I think.
You know what? Let's go look this up right now.
That's what I was doing. I was clicking over there to see, because that's one that I check up on to see if it moves at all.
Rotten Tomatoes. All right, let's figure this shit out. So I don't know. When I first saw this movie, I was like numb.
Mhm.
Like I was like, what was that? Yep, yeah, you're right. It's at a 44% with the audience, which
Look at this.
honestly it should be less than that.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be way less than that.
Look at
And
the freaking amount of user ratings, 211,804.
how often do movies have user ratings like that?
I don't know, because I really just started paying attention to like the amount of ratings that are on any given. That seems really high compared to like a lot of the other ones. But I mean, it's such a divisive movie that everybody wants their opinion to be heard, about it, especially Star Wars fans, because contrary to what Disney and their marketing would have you believe, the average Star Wars fan is an 18 to 49-year-old white guy. Sorry. It is. That's what the demographic is. Now, that's not to say that there's not diversity in that base, because there is. There obviously, everybody from every walk of life loves Star Wars in
Yeah, you
some
get a
form.
diverse cast on your show like every week.
I truly do. And that's the thing, everybody, I was like, I laugh when people throw the is and isms at me. I'm like, you do realize my co-host is a Native American female, right? So if I step out of line in any way, and I've known her long enough, she would call me out on it. And I've had Latinos on my show, I've had African Americans on my show. I have a diverse panel of people who I don't put in boxes, but if you want to break it down, I do have a rather diverse cast on my show.
You got some white chocolate like me on the show right now.
Exactly. Sexual chocolate, ladies and gentlemen. Sexual chocolate. For those of you who are familiar with Coming to America. But yeah, no, it's so I'm not just some, old bitter white guy, that's shaking my fist and yelling at clouds. I mean,
Yes, you are. You don't like The Last Jedi. You don't like Rian Johnson. Of course you are.
Yeah, he's such a sack of soy. I mean, I think if you punched him, almond milk would just pour out of him.
Oh my God. He looks like that uncle that likes to wear cardigan sweaters a lot and just go down into his man cave. But it's not a cool man cave.
No.
There's like maybe a pool table and maybe some like old cigars like kind of hanging around, and just smells like shit. And
It
he
smells like
probably
shame.
yeah, it smells like shame. And he still has all of his like Playboys from when he was like 12, and he hides them from his wife. She still don't know.
She still doesn't know. Her boyfriend doesn't even know. Her boyfriend and their kids don't know.
Honey, don't look. It's like, I'm not. Come on, Greg, let's go.
Come
Who's
on.
Greg?
Don't worry about it. You just bought him some shoes last week. Wait, what? He wears a size 10 in Nikes.
That Star Wars money is really coming in handy, sweetie. Thank you.
Oh, but yeah, this movie is bad. It was bad. It was bad. It's just like really like, and if anybody says Canto Bite is like anything else, hang on. Ooh, I gotta take this. I have a phone call real quick.
Go for it. Yeah. So going off on that, the movie sucks. And it's crazy. The audience score is 44. But honestly, if you guys comment on the video or do the live comments, what do you think the audience score realistically is? Because this is just strictly on this website, and not every single Star Wars fan that hates this movie is going to review this on Rotten Tomatoes. it blows my mind. 91% seems pretty realistic for the critics because a lot of critics are very similar in their thinking, and a lot of people that critique movies like this, they try to find deeper meaning in things that really like there's not really anything there. It just seems more or less a hollow shell than any coffee burps. Sorry.
All right, I'm sorry about that. I'm back.
You're back.
It was my I'm getting a fence put in the backyard for the dog, and that was the
Ah,
company, and they just called and said they'll be here in an hour to start work. I'm like, all right,
well, cool.
yeah.
We should build a fence around this fucking movie.
Just put this movie on an island. We can just put this movie
Build a
on.
wall around this movie.
We could put this movie on Act Two with Jake Skywalker and the old whatever those little old women are that live on the island, the caretakers of
The
the island.
little Sesame Street looking
They
characters.
are. They're like little prune faced Muppets.
Tell me, what do you realistically? Because not everybody's going to go to this website to review it. Realistically, what do you think the audience score is? Just based on percentage of all the Star Wars fans out there.
Of what movie?
The Last Jedi.
Like, what do I think it would be just based on Star Wars fans?
Yeah, like realistically, what do you think the audience score percentage wise? What do you think that really is?
I mean, I
I
don't
think
see
it's
it.
lower.
I don't see it being higher than it is now.
No.
Not at all. I
Mm-mm.
mean, realistic. Yeah, being real here, 44 is generous because I'm sure if you dig through there, like Jeff did on some of his videos, there's a lot of bots. And
Oh hell yeah.
they're not bots that are in there review bombing. They're bots that are in there. This movie is great, 5 stars, and they're just reviews like that. And
Oh yeah.
they're people that just joined Rotten Tomatoes or profiles that just popped up a week before, right the day the movie came out, and then they never do anything else.
Oh yeah. I remember last year. It was either earlier this year or last year. I think it was Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He did a video and he was talking about the reviews and he was going through them.
Mhm.
And a couple of them were like dead presidents.
Yep.
Like Abraham Lincoln. This movie is amazing and it has so much artistic quality. My fucking head can explode. Thomas Jefferson. Oh wow. I signed the fucking wrong piece of paper. Should have signed a check to this movie or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's yeah. So
I personally think it's probably going to be 30. I
yeah,
would say 30. Realistically, of all the Star Wars fans, I would say 30% hate this movie. That's my guess. 44 is a decent number, but I feel like a lot of the Star Wars fans that like this movie and that are cool with the Disney era, it's very slim compared.
yeah, yeah. There's not because they don't the Last Jedi fans really don't. They're not Star Wars fans. They don't.
Oh no.
I don't.
No, I know a couple people that are pretty legit Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
One in particular, I'm not going to name because I don't have his permission to use his name on here. But he's legit, and I'll talk to you off air about him. But he's a really cool guy. But he likes this movie. I don't know what he thinks of it now because it's been fucking 2 years since I've talked to him about it. But
yeah. See,
um,
that's I know I have a couple friends like that too. Like one of my ex-coworkers was like that. Super awesome guy. And it was just like, how the hell? Because he's like my age. He's an original trilogy guy, and he liked the prequels too, just like I do.
yeah.
But he was just like, he's all on board with the Disney stuff. He's like, oh man, it was so cool. I'm like, what was so good about this? It's same thing with the guy, another coworker that took, he paid for my ticket to go see it because I wasn't going to go see it, and he couldn't understand how I didn't like it. Like in the car on the car ride home, he was like, I don't know what you didn't like about it. I'm like, Everything. Like, until the opening crawl hit, I was like excited, and then they started the movie, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is really how we're going to start this with stupid jokes. I don't know. It was just, it's not. Yeah, like I think like a 28 to 30% is probably the realistic number here.
28 to 30. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I think a lot of the issue with um well, as far as the divisiveness goes with Star Wars, I think a lot of the people that are on board with the new Disney stuff, there's a couple of reasons. I feel like one of the reasons is because they weren't really exposed to Star Wars at a young age like me and you were. So from the get go, we were on board on Star Wars, watching the OT, and then once the prequels came out, we were still on board with it. But
Hmm.
even I was only 4 when the Phantom Menace came out. Saw it in theaters. I saw the OT before I saw the Phantom Menace. So
Okay.
I was exposed to Han, Luke, and Leia before I saw Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. But you know, the other issue is I think a lot of people were just really, really itching for more Star Wars between that 10-year gap of no movies. Now we had TV shows and stuff, but in video games and awesome action figures between 2005 2015. But I think just between that gap, a lot of people were really just excited for more Star Wars, and they kind of just ate it up.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I saw The Force Awakens a few times in theaters just to kind of see where they were going with it, and I would go with my buddy. We're like, all right, we're gonna look for more stuff and see where this is going. And but overall, no, I don't like it.
Yeah, I like I said,
Uh,
I didn't see The Force Awakens until after I saw The Last Jedi.
See that is,
Yeah, I
I can't
didn't.
imagine like starting off with this with the Last Jedi.
I didn't. I hadn't
Oh,
seen. Wait, did I see Rogue One before? I saw Rogue One before Last Jedi. I watched Rogue One because Force Awakens came out, and I just kind of was like, whatever, and just skipped over it. And then Rogue One, I was like, oh, okay, I'll watch this one. This looks kind of neat. So I watched it, and I'm like, I like it. And then Last Jedi came out, went to that, and I was like, oh, fuck this. This is nonsense. This is this is
it's,
this is just foolishness.
and what's weird to me, you see kind of where Ryan John or J.J. Abrams was going,
Hmm.
but God, you look back at that movie and you think about it. Where the fuck was he going with it? A lot of people are like, he set up a lot of stuff, and I'm like, you could say that, and I mean, it kind of makes sense that he set some stuff up, but honestly, he's had like 5 moments in that movie where he's like, "This is going to happen, but we'll talk about it later." And then Ryan Johnson, before the Force Awakens was filmed or finished filming, is that when he started writing it? But he used the first draft. Still there, Pete?
Yeah, I'm here. That's
Oh, okay.
that's the problem with Ryan Johnson is he thinks he's good enough to do things on a first draft, and yeah, I hate to break it to you, Rian, but you're not.
I don't get it. But let's look at some of these reviews. So just to kind of back up, you know, why we fucking hate The Last Jedi. Look at all these fresh reviews. Like, and then look at this one. Let's look at the rotten one first from Matthew Raza. Star Wars, in quotations, is not Breaking Bad. In the same narrative tricks that worked for the latter feel jarringly out of place in the former. Full review. Let's look at this. I don't have a subscription, so I can't. Wait, what? Oh shit, there's a whole article on it. Okay, we're not going to get into that. But guys, if you want to read this, go for it because
It's from Salon too,
toxic
so you know that's good journalism.
toxic nerds are making Star Wars: The Last Jedi criticism impossible. There you go. So I've never been on the Salon, so I don't. Is it actually a good website, or are you just fucking with me?
No, it's horrible. It's like it's below Vulture, and we got this covered, but just above Gossip Cop.
Oh God, I thought you were about to say Gossip Girl. Well, hey, I mean, if this guy wants to critique The Last Jedi, I am all for it. Not going to read it right now. That's going to take too long to review it. But look at some of these fresh reviews. You got one rotten out of like a shit ton of fresh ones. This other rotten score from Mike Zarilla or Mikhail Zarilla. My bad. It is much less vibrant and thus stands out. The flaws of a script that wants to cross certain limits. Yeah, I agree.
That one right there by Miguel Zarira. That's actually Mike Zero. That's his real identity.
Mikhail
He
Zarilla.
He went back and wrote that review after Rian Johnson made fun of him on Twitter.
August 2nd, 2019. Holy fuck.
I'm just kidding, but that would be fucking
Is it?
hilarious.
I thought you
No,
were.
I'm just
Damn,
joking. That would be
I clicked on
funny.
the spin-off. Damn it. I got excited. I was like, ooh, news. Dude, Mike Zero is weird.
Did you see I made a Mike Zero meme a while ago?
I can't remember.
it was
You make a lot of fire memes, and I can't keep
was
up with how many you put
I
out.
was watching one of his videos and I screenshotted it at the perfect moment, and he was making like he had one of his eyes closed and was making this weird face, and I was like, when the future Star Wars content hits you so hard it gives you Forrest Whitaker eye.
Oh, yo, I saw that. I
Yep.
remember that one. Oh my god, that was a great one, bro. It's weird how much he shows and how much content, future Star Wars content he puts
Oh
out.
my god.
Like I don't know him personally, so I can't really say too much. But as far as like watching his videos,
I
he's
know.
fucking weird, dude. Like
I subscribed to him a while ago just because I watched him and I laugh. I'm like, this guy's out. He's fucking crazy. Like, this dude is insane. Like, I don't even know where the hell he gets his news, where he gets his sources from. But yeah, like there's another one I made with him with it's Rian Johnson and two JJ Abrams heads on his dartboard. But yeah, I don't know, dude. He's a weird. Well, he's Canadian. He's from Canada.
oh, is he?
I mean, I don't know if I'm surprised his head's not flapping around when he's talking. I don't know. I don't know how he CGIs that out of his videos.
Nice South Park reference.
Thank you.
I don't know. People that shill for movies like this and that he's part of the hype that was created about The Last Jedi and everything. And Lucasfilm, and he's like, I have sources, I have people in high places, and I'm like, all right, Garth Brooks.
I actually saw him in concert.
Oh god, he looks like my favorite comedian, Tom Segura.
Garth Brooks does.
Yeah, go look at Tom Segura's Instagram page, and he always posts pictures of like Garth Brooks. It's so funny because they look like almost the same.
Holy shit.
Yeah, right. It's weird.
Yeah, they do. He does look like Garth Brooks.
It's weird, man.
Oh my god.
He acts nothing like Garth Brooks either.
Oh god.
Shout out to Tom Segura,
the
comedian.
Teeth. No teeth, no entry tour. Nice. Well, definitely not going to play in any country music venues.
Oh, he's the best, dude. But no, there's a lot of fresh reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it just kind of scares me that a lot of people are praising this movie, and this is what we need to expect now from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't getting any better. It's kind of funny. You see the pictures of the people that reviewed it, and they look very soy based.
Oh god. That's
Josh Wilding from comicbook.com or comicbookmovie.com. Same thing. This guy, is this who I'm thinking of? I don't know. Oh, you can see all of his past reviews. Okay. Joker, he gave Joker a 68%. Or is that what Joker's at now?
The critic review? Let's see.
How do they do that? How do they do the review? I've never put in a review on here before.
I have never put a review on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm gonna start, but I do not. I have not. Let's see, Joker 2019. Here it is, right here. The critics have got it right now at 68%.
Oh boy!
And the audience score is a 90.
Huh.
So it's still considered certified fresh, but I think 68 is considerably lower than that movie should be.
Okay. You know? So he gave it a 5 out of 5, this guy. And let's see, he gave it Chapter 2 a 2 out of 5. Fuck you, bro. Movie was awesome. Ant-Man 4 out of 5. Fantastic Four, 1 out of 5. Dude, they're at 9%. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's like, see, that's why everybody's like,
I've never
well,
seen that movie.
oh, is that the
I'm
2015?
scared.
Is that the Josh Trank one?
Yeah.
2015? Yeah, dude, that's fucking garbage.
Yeah, I
That
heard it was
was
bad.
garbage.
One of my good buddies, he saw it and he said, "Don't please don't go see it." I'm like, "You're begging me to not see it." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, I won't."
It'll make your soul bleed.
uh Force Awakens, this guy gave it a 5 out of 5. Thank you, JJ Abrams. Oh, fuck you. Suicide
Ugh.
Squad, 3 out of 5. That's higher than you gave the fucking It Chapter 2, douche.
Suicide Squad's a fucking dumpster fire too.
Wow, he rated it higher than It too. What an ass. Deadpool, 4 out of 5. You get fucking 5 out of 5. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
What do you give Doctor Strange?
Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them, 4 out of 5. I love those movies, dude.
I've never seen it.
I give them 5 out of 5, bro. God, we need to watch. Well, come down to Florida. We'll watch Harry Potter. I'll take you to the theme. I'll take you and Trey to the theme park too.
I would love that. I'm sure he would love the hell out of that too.
I'll buy him a wand and we'll have a good time.
Oh, yeah, he'll turn that bitch into a sword in like 2 seconds. Like, no,
blame him.
Trey, it's for magic. No, wow, he's hitting me in the back of the legs with it, like Jeff Daniels and Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber.
It's a proportionate size to me. I can use it as a sword all I want.
Yep.
Alien Covenant, 3 out of 5. Same.
I heard that was horrible.
Nah,
I haven't seen it.
Here's the thing. I'm not like this giant Alien fan like some people are. I like Alien, but I've never watched the movies, analyzed them, and was like, that was fucking great. I love Ripley. Whatever. I think she's cool, but I've never I don't know. I thought it was all right. It wasn't like my favorite, but there was some cool shit in that movie.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast for, I don't know. Logan, 4 out of 5. You had Logan 5 out of 5.
Yeah, Logan was fucking amazing.
It was sad as hell. It was sad as hell. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that it was sad, but other than that, like it was well made. The story was very like cohesive and acting was phenomenal.
And
Guardians 5, Spider-Man Homecoming 5. Spider-Man movies, I give them both 1 out of 5s. I don't like them.
Yeah, I'm not.
What? Lego Batman movie 2.5 out of 5? Fuck you, bro. This movie's amazing.
Those Lego movies are great.
Dude, that movie has so many innuendos in it. It's hilarious.
I haven't seen the Batman one, but I've seen a ton of Lego movies and stuff.
Bro,
I'm gonna watch it.
Watch the Batman.
Me and the boy will rent it.
Oh, dude, you're gonna be laughing more than he will be.
Oh yeah, you're
gonna be like, holy shit, they just said that in this movie.
Yeah, see, the jokes are for the adults and the flashy and the colors, and that's for the kids.
It's great, man. Like I saw that in theaters. I was like, with my girlfriend, I'm like, hey babe, you want to go see this? You're like, yeah, why not? Laughed the whole time.
Hell yeah.
Justice League, 3 out of 5. Venom, 2 out of 5. I know you like Venom.
I fucking love that movie.
I need to see it again. I only saw it once in theaters, but I want to give it another shot. That's basically just what I'm saying. I personally didn't like it really that much. There was cool stuff in it, but without Spider-Man, it just kind of does it for me. Like I don't.
Oh, I understand that. Absolutely, man. That's the thing is like our side of the fandom, we just disagreed on a movie and neither of us called each other a name or you know what I mean? It's like,
oh yeah, no.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No.
Thing is, like my best friend, he loves Venom and he liked this movie. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
who cares?
I dug it, man. I thought it was pretty cool.
The thing is, like, I want to like Venom. I know we're getting off topic from Star Wars, but I want to like Venom. But it'll
be better like for Spider-Man fans when Spider-Man's reintroduced to the character of Venom.
That's the thing. I don't know if Disney's gonna I don't know if Marvel's gonna keep making the Tom Holland ones. Like I don't think he's going to be in any Sony movie.
You don't think so?
I don't think he is. I think they're just going to keep on doing the MCU thing and just dragging his character out. So 10 years from now, he's finally going to be able to like be in a Captain Marvel movie or something. Guarantee it.
That's tough.
I guarantee you he's going to not be in the next Venom. He's not going to be in a Carnage movie. He's not going to be in the Morbius movie. He's not going to have his own TV show until like a decade from now. And that's only if the Spider-Man like demand becomes lower for MCU because they're
Mhm.
not going to utilize them right.
No, no, the MCU Spider-Man. I'm done with little Spidey boy, little Iron Man Jr. I mean, they're like, well, how are Marvel fans gonna react if he goes over to Sony and he doesn't have all his tech? I'm like, he's fucking Spider-Man. Spider-Man in the comics and shit, like back when I was a kid, and in the even the the Tobey Maguire, the Raimi trilogy, he didn't need, you know, fucking all his high tech and a suit heater and his targeting systems and all this shit and basically an Iron Spider suit. He didn't need that. He just
Well,
needed his webs and his wits. I mean, that was Spider-Man.
that is Spider-Man. And
That's
also,
Yep.
if Peter wanted to have tech, he would make it himself. He wouldn't have
Yeah.
to go to Tony Stark for it. That Spider-Man PS4 game that came out last year, one of my top 10, not even top 10, one of my top 5 favorite video games of all time. And he makes all of his stuff on his own. Sometimes he has help from Dr. Octech because that's who he works for in the game.
Mhm.
But other than that, I mean, Peter makes all the shit himself, and that's Spider-Man, man. Like, he's smart enough. He's a genius. He's basically he's almost like Tony Stark level.
Yep, but yet they treat him like he's not.
That's just unreal.
Mhm.
So that's why I don't think you're gonna see Spider-Man for another, 10 years or so in Sony. Now, if they're able to actually like pull Spider-Man out and be like, all right, we're doing the show. See ya. Tom Holland, if you're in or out, you know,
See, I think
give him an ultimatum.
I think he'll stay on and he'll do this. He'll do some Sony movies.
I
I
think
think
he's going to be pressured by all the pussies out there and be like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to unfollow Sony again off Instagram.
Ugh,
Show him who's boss.
yeah, yeah,
And then you and Brie Larson can go fuck each other. I don't know.
oof. She'll just grip him up in her toes.
Ugh,
Her
the fuck?
finger toes.
Ugh.
She has like talons for feet.
Ugh, she hung on the set with King Kong too long.
She
Ugh.
she hangs up. She sleeps upside down, hanging from a branch.
Another without a paddle reference.
Yep, just gripping it with
I'm
her.
all natural.
Oh, but yeah, man, that's yeah. I don't. I'd like to see. I just like to see him just go over, do it. I'd be like, I would advise him if I was his agent. I would say, look, I know it's not the MCU, all right, but number one, you're an actor. You're getting paid to play pretend, all right? You are. You're getting to play the most recognizable superhero in the world. And they want you to be their star. They want you. Now, don't get a big head here because didn't you just make a movie with Daisy Ridley that is unreleasable because it's garbage? Because they couldn't do enough reshoots to fix that movie,
Mhm.
so it's not being released. So let's not act like you're fucking, Leonardo DiCaprio or somebody of that, and that tier of an actor. You're not, son. You play a CGI in front of a green screen. Granted, yeah, you're athletic, you're good, you're a talented young kid, but don't get it twisted. You're very replaceable. And just because everybody in the echo chamber tells you you're the best doesn't mean you're the best.
No, and they really need to be careful with who they cast as the next Spider-Man if this ever happens.
Mhm.
Because I personally was not on board at first with Tom Holland, but once
Yeah.
I saw him in Civil War, I kind of lightened up on it.
Yep.
But I want a guy that looks like a man.
Yes.
Like Tom Holland's like about the same age as me, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he's like
But
24, 25
but I
now.
want somebody that looks like they're 24.
Mhm.
And that somebody that can play the role of adult with hardships that can, that can still be Spider-Man, protect the world, but also save his family. Not somebody that's going to be going to his locker to pick out his algebra book and then run the gym class.
Yeah, that was my problem with it.
I don't need teeny bopper Spider-Man.
Oh,
That's
we had that for like a quarter of the movie in the very first Spider-Man film from the Sam Raimi trilogy. That was it. And he graduated and was done. You
yeah.
know?
And then he was in college.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing a college Spider-Man.
That I don't mind because he's an adult.
Either college or he can't afford to go to college because he doesn't have enough money and Aunt May can't help him pay for it. I don't know, make a movie where it's either him in college or he's working for the Daily Bugle and he's trying to apply for scholarships and um he's trying to like help Aunt May pay bills and you know the people are just aren't giving him scholarships. I don't know. Something like that. Not, hey Tony, give me money. Money me. Me needing money a lot now.
Mhm.
You don't need that.
Nope. No.
This article I just pulled up is anyone else kind of bummed Spider-Man is back with the MCU?
Mm-hmm.
The Star Wars talk's over, guys, so we'll just exit out of
I
that. Yeah. But having Sony and Marvel reunite over the future of Spider-Man movies was to most a blessed event, with Tom Holland's Peter Parker guaranteed for more Marvel Cinematic Universe adventures, as well as his own franchise getting a threequel. Threequel, that's a weird name or word. To continue his solo outings. Threequel. That's
it
who made
doesn't
that up?
sound right. It doesn't
It
sound
doesn't.
right.
Yeah. It felt like the job was done and was all right with the world. And yet, I can't help but be bummed out about it all. I mean, sure, bringing Spider-Man back in the MCU is something that will be exciting to see continue as it worked rather well so far. But with Sony temporarily regaining complete control over Spider-Man, my imagination ran wild with possibilities. Thank you. A lot of people's mind did. Mr. Mike Reyes. I want to see some carnage. Don't you?
That's actually supposed to be like Venom 3 is supposed to be the maximum carnage angle. They're going
What's
to
Venom
introduce
2 supposed to be?
they're going to introduce Carnage into it, but they're not doing it because they're supposed to bring Spider-Man in Venom
Oh,
3. So, or possibly like introduce him in 2, but not have him play that big of a role and still focus on Venom. But it'll be kind of like setting up the team up between those two to fight Carnage and Venom 3, I believe is what it was. And then we're supposed to get a Sinister Six movie before we get Spider-Man 4 because that's going to be the setup for him to fight the Sinister Six in Spider-Man 4. But now they're talking about the Sinister Six being in the MCU, which really pisses me off because I do not want to fucking see a watered down paint by number Sinister Six movie.
I want to see a dangerous Sinister Six, bro. I'm telling you, get a PS4. Well, I don't. Yeah, get a PS4. Even though the PS5 is coming out next year, but get a PS4 or borrow one. Play that Spider-Man game because the Sinister Six in that game like nearly kills Spider-Man. Like it's pretty serious. Doc Ock's really fucking cool too. You're not going to get that from the MCU Sinister Six. You're going to get maybe a dangerous Sinister Six, but nothing like lethal. You still there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, okay, cool.
And that's the problem with the MCU. And one thing I do not want to see out of the Sinister Six is I don't, and I haven't seen him in anything in a long time. Is I do not ever want to see anybody play Doc Ock again. Alfred Molina, like perfect.
Perfect.
It was yeah, you can't parallel that, you can't recreate it. He was perfect as Doc Ock.
Money.
And yep, that's it. Unless they want to pay him all the dough and get him to come back and do I don't know how old he is now to do some mocap stuff and have a younger or have a younger actor do the mocap and use the de-aging technology on him. But yeah, Alfred Molina is Doc Ock, so I don't want to see that included.
I would have liked to see another Spider-Man movie where he comes back and he gains followers. Like he gets the Sandman, possibly Scorpion, Craven. I don't know, somebody. But that would have been really cool if they actually went that route of bringing Doc Ock back. Even if they do it in this new Venom Sony like type universe thing. If they brought Doc Ock, they had Venom, maybe another symbiote not related to, obviously you can't do Carnage because he'd fight everybody, but um I don't know, man. They have the possibility of setting something up really, really cool. And they're just gonna keep dragging out the MCU. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, we get some better characters. I don't want to see the Internals. People want to see like Spider-Man. People want to see like other characters like that. People aren't done seeing Iron Man or Captain America, but apparently they're done. Chris Evans like could care less though.
I'm fine without, Chris Evans is Cap. I did like him in that role, but I don't really care much for Chris Evans personally.
I don't think he really gives a shit. I think he just is like, all right, I'm done.
Yep.
Robert Downey Jr. likes doing his
Mhm.
role. That's the thing we're missing. We're missing people that actually enjoy acting as that like role that people love.
They're not just looking for a payday.
Yeah. I mean, as much as I like Harrison Ford, he's the same way with Han Solo. He's a real douche about it.
Yeah, well, he's 100 years old now.
Fucking Han
Grouchy old
Solo.
man. I love him to death, but he's a grouchy old man at this point.
He is.
Like my dad, he's just old and grouchy. It's I understand. You've been there and done that, man. But so I actually have to jet though, my brother. It is that time. I got a reprieve, but I just got a text message. Somebody's waiting in my driveway. So
All right.
I thank you for having me on. I'm sorry I had to cut it short today. I'm glad I was able to jump on and we were able to talk some Star Wars and some MCU and some Spider-Man, brother.
Oh yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. And sorry about the last minute thing.
No,
Wasn't
no,
really prepared this morning, but
I
I was glad
understand.
I was glad to have you on, and I was glad we were able to chat and do a little show real quick.
Absolutely, man. It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. So out there, make sure you subscribe to Goober Brothers Entertainment and come on over and subscribe to Etep Wokuians, the place to be reviews. I lost 2 subscribers last night.
Oh shit!
You know what, man? I don't
Must have
think
done something right.
I don't think people unsubscribe to me. I honestly think it's YouTube, just because they've been auto unsubscribing people. So
Have they really?
yeah, if you subscribe to my channel, please turn the bell on for notifications. Not just to know when I upload, just to know that you're still subscribed if you are a fan. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, everybody go over to Etep Wokuians, the place to be reviews. If you can't find his YouTube channel, what's your picture? It's like a Nintendo 64 or something.
Actually, it's new now.
You switched it right to that
Yeah,
big collage picture.
yep.
Okay,
Groovinator from Raiders of the Lost Flicks mocked that up for me. It's
dope,
a big MCU collage. It says the place to be reviews on it.
awesome,
So
Adam. Good
yep.
job.
Yeah, man. That was awesome. And he actually sent I got an Amazon package from him. He sent me a cover for my microphone and a shock
Oh,
absorber for the mic and
sweet.
a little door tag to hang on my sign that says recording in progress. So yeah, man, it was appreciated. Him and Salvador like really went above and beyond. So big shout outs to those two, and go subscribe to Salvador's channel. That is 2 Cents Toys. He is the Don over there, and he just uploaded like 3, 4, 5 videos, I think. So got a lot of reviews up. So
Sal's kicking ass. And also go over to and subscribe to Raiders of the Lost Flicks.
yes,
Adam's channel is awesome.
yep.
And big Alita fan, huge Star Wars fan, Florida man, and I don't know, I'm trying to
And just all around cool guy, man. That's my brother from another mother right there. All right, brother. Speaking of which, I am out. I will catch you on the flip side, man. Thank you again for having me on.
no problem, man. Anytime. We'll catch you later, brother.
See ya.
See you, dude. All right. So, guys, MCU gonna go downhill, but real quick before I get off, not gonna be on here too much longer. Let me see if no comments. All right. Double checking. Brie Larson provides update on Captain Marvel 2. Oh God. Dude, America's ex-wife. What is this, fucking watermelon dress? I don't like this lady. Google Chrome alert. What? Okay. All right. Well, either way, all right. Well, I'm having issues with this. I'm not going to get into it. I'll make another video next time. We'll talk about Brie Larson. Sorry to leave you on a little cliffhanger, but we'll talk about Brie Larson later on, and probably talk a little bit about football later on too. But guys, if you joined, thank you for joining. If you're watching this on the rewatch, please subscribe to Goober Brothers Entertainment. We are very happy to have you here. Happy to have you watch our videos. And if you like the content, Share with everybody else. Like, subscribe. I want to say this. Hit the bell for notifications. I've always wanted to say that. Goober Brothers at a time at my channel right here. We are at how many subscribers now? 16? I don't know. Yeah, 16. So go watch Goober Brothers Entertainment here. Just came out with a video earlier this week. It's Tico Tuesday. We talked about Roast Tico. And then go look at the other streams. Some more crossing streams with Etep Wokuian. All this other shit. So thank you for tuning in. I will catch you all later.